as Steve Lillywhite once told me, you're always mixing. You're mixing before you enter the studio. You're thinking of what the final product is going to be. One thing I always tell a band before I work with them is like, you're going to love this record. Your A&R guy is going to hate me because we're going to fuck shit up and it's going to be weird and people are going to be very uncomfortable.
Taking a recorded vocal and affecting it to get a distorted sound versus having the artist actually sing while they're hearing this distorted sound in their headphone, you're going to get a completely different performance. And it's extremely important, and that's what I love to use these pedals for, especially the distortion pedals, is to have that happening live, whether you're just using a 58 going through one of these pedals and then having them here while they're performing. You're going to really get something much more exciting.
Everything has to match and support the lyric, number one. So I go into a pretty deep, fearless inquiry over the lyrics. And fortunately or unfortunately, people sing about a lot of negative stuff. So what I do is, okay, you're gonna sing about it, we're all gonna go there. It's time. And people will be like, oh man, I just want to play my drums and rock. And I'm like, then why are you even here? Music is actually a life form that saves lives because it's okay. You're better because that happened to you. And then what does that sound like? What's your right hand do? Is it like, you can't just know that and emote it and go, you're gonna go, you're gonna kill. You know, if you're really talented and you can riff good and you're a great band, and you know, who wants to go through that? Like, that's why I don't get a lot of repeats. You know, the career goes and then they're gone. You have to like do work on yourself. You have to be prepared internally and empty so you can fill it up with awesome, you know. And if you go into a session and you're like doing drugs and you're breaking up with your chick and you're like doing whatever and you're like a rock star or jackass, it's not gonna allow for the create. We just have a lot of work to do internally on our own when we're on our downtime. I can't be into my own shit. Miracles happen. It's crazy. And since music is invisible, we have to work on that invisible part of ourselves in order to create awesome invisible. Otherwise it's just static and doesn't count for anything. I just take that brutality and turn it into the greatest thing that ever happened. And then all of a sudden, you're more connected to that person than anybody ever has been. People don't like going that deep. It's like once the record's over, it's like pirate ship goes back out to sea. You don't see them.
And those people you'll know because you know them deeply. These are friends you have for the rest of your life, right? You'll always know them.
Always connected.
Yeah, and they know you, whether you stay in touch with them or not. You might only see them at Namm every once in a while, right?
Or I can see them when I listen to that record, and it just fucking knocks me out.
Especially friends that we worked with that are no longer with us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the hardest, you know.
Well, that's actually a bonus because they're alive.
There's someone there.
They're completely alive.
It's true.
And however high they gave, and on that recording is how high they give constantly, no matter how many times you play it, it's always at that level, at the height. It's so good.
Yeah.
You can't die.
That's true. Our only immortality.
You can't die. It's impossible.
Well, we're out of time, folks.